Good morning. I'm
Good
with
morning.
Peter Milczyn at Toronto City Hall. I'd like very much to ask about what's happening on Humber Bay Shore and Park Lawn and Lakeshore and the densities of the condominiums.
Well, Humber Bay Shores is the name that the City of Etobicoke gave to that community in 1996 to begin to dispel the negative overtones and negative imagery of the old motel strip. The original development schemes for the motel strip were developed in the early 1970s, went through a number of iterations. In the 1990s, finally a development plan was approved by the then City of Etobicoke and the Ontario Municipal Board and the provincial government. And that is the development that you are now seeing take place. In the late 90s, about $22 million of federal, provincial, and municipal money was invested in creating the waterfront park, the waterfront drive, and the public amenities. And now the development is beginning to fill in the spaces between Palace Pier and Park Lawn Road in the west. And you see, progressively a number of buildings going in. There was a revision to that plan to deal with more the detail of the shape and alignment of some of the buildings. That was a few years ago. So some of the buildings that you're now seeing between Brooker Lane and Park Lawn to the west are going to be built with these new sort of configurations of more slender towers with varying alignments to ensure the best lake views.
Are we giving consideration to higher densities? Sorry, for height. Palace Pier is up into the 45, 47 floor range.
Well, the overall development scheme talked about buildings, lower buildings at the front, taller buildings fronting on Lakeshore. That was revised somewhat a couple of years ago. There's still going to be, the taller buildings will be set further back from the lake. But you will be seeing heights into the 30 some odd story range. Nothing quite as tall as Palace Pier. That was approved back in the 70s, for whatever reasons that came about to be. But you're not going to see those kinds of heights elsewhere.